Heard?
I'm trying to move,
That's
but
a
I'm not.
great question. I don't know. It's way too early for this. No. Oh man, I'm gonna let you down here. I feel like I don't know. How about it's way too early for this shit? Does that work? Okay, cool. That's what I got. Okay, thanks. Hi.
Hi, I'm Krista, and I'm doing Mad Libs with the Talent.
Hi.
Hi. I'm going to be finishing this up with Rob, just letting you know, on Sunday.
Okay.
And we are asking you for an adjective, if you don't mind.
For a what?
Adjective.
I'm sorry, I can't understand. I'm so sorry.
Adjective.
Adjective.
An adjective.
And a descriptive word.
An ash what?
An adjective.
Tell me what it is. What's she saying? Do you know what she's saying?
An adjective.
An adjective. Thank you so much. Wasn't getting quite to that. I was like, ash something? Okay, I'll go with it. Adjective. Okay. For you. Oh, this is an ad lib. Okay. Glowingly. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Good morning. Hi.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Did you ever want to leave the bar? I mean, on Supernatural.
Yes. Definitely. Thank you for that question. Absolutely. I think we should have seen Ash on the road. That would have been nice. I think it would have been fun to see Ash get in a fight or two. Because of the mullet.
Yeah.
Right? They could have done so much with that. They really could have just finessed it a little more and put it in slow motion at some point. I think they lost a lot of opportunity with Ash.
Yeah.
I really do. I really do. Yeah, it was way too early for that dude. You know what I mean? But season 2, I honestly don't think they know or they knew what they wanted to do quite yet. So what do you do in that situation? You burn it all down. You burn it down because that's the way you do it. And yeah, and then you see the watch, Ash's watch. But yeah, I think, in retrospect, they should have if you're gonna burn me, show it. You know what I mean? Just I see Ash go up in flames forever. It's just just keeps going and going. However, the mullet stays. Yeah. And then there's an angel sort of light, just that goes over it. No one can touch it. And then people come from all over the world to look and be around this mullet. Thank you. Thank you. Hi.
Hi there.
Hi.
So, Ash, hacker extraordinaire, what do you think was the most nonsensical organization that Ash ever hacked into just for a lark?
I think, just for a good time, you're saying?
Yeah.
Sure. God, you guys are making me think this morning. Holy shit. Wow. I don't know right off the top of my head. I'm gonna say he was always about trying to take down the bad guy, trying to get in and I don't mean supernatural bad guys. I mean the a-holes that we have to deal with in this world. You know what I mean? Those people, he was getting in there and trying to mess with them. Oh, God, I wish I had better answers for you guys this morning or this afternoon. Oh my God, it's past noon. Wow. I'll get back to you on that. I will. Thank you. It'll just pop in there. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good morning or good afternoon.
A little bit past noon.
Yes.
Do you have an Ash line that you quote in your everyday life that you're like, oh, that's the dude that I played on the show?
Wow, that's a good question. I would say if anything is close to me that Ash said would be, I'm cool with it.
That's my go-to. That's my go-to.
Is it? Is that
Yeah.
your go-to?
I always go with the, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
Always.
Yeah. So we'll go with that one. Right on. You gotta be cool with it. At least try. Hi.
Hey there, sorry, my voice is shot.
It's okay.
So I follow you on TikTok, and I wanted to know if you had any other mice in your car.
Oh, yes. Thank you for that. I was staying with a friend up in the mountains for a while, and a little mouse got into my car. And the reason I knew this is because I would get up and see, like, candy. I love candy. But, like, the candy would be, like, gotten into and then lined up perfectly in my shoe. It was insane. Yeah, smart little fellow. So what I did, I humanely, I don't want to kill anything. And so I got a little box in there and put it in with the cheese and so whatnot. And then like 2 or 3 days later, I'm putting my groceries into the trunk and I'm like, oh my God, I caught the mouse. So yes, I made a cute little video of me releasing that mouse into the wild, never to be seen from again. I hope he's doing well, or she. I don't know the gender of the mouse, but it's a wonderful mouse. Thank you. Yes. Hi. Hello.
So I know that you've played a lot of characters throughout your acting career. How is it easy to get into the mindset of each character when you are filming, or do you really have to think about it?
Good question. Sometimes it's very easy. Sometimes it falls right into place. Like with Ash, I knew right away. I knew upon getting the audition that I was going to book it. I could just tell by reading the lines. Sometimes it fits naturally, and then sometimes it's very terrifying. And you question it all the way through, even up to the day before. I'm like, man, am I gonna suck? Like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? And then you realize that you got the part for a reason, and you have to trust that, and you have to trust yourself. And then when you get on set, you hope everything falls in place. The actors, the clothes, the set, right? So yeah, sometimes it's very harrowing. But I try to trust myself and the people around me and the director especially. So yeah, and it always takes work. Even if it falls into you naturally, you still have to find those moments. You still have to memorize everything, get it down. Do your best. So thank you.
So are you able to pull a line from Supernatural right now?
Would you like me to?
Yes.
Wow. Well, the most famous is the business up front, party in the back. Right? Or, what was another one? You guys die more than anybody I've ever met. That's true. I think everybody on Supernatural dies a little more than any other show. Yeah, so thank you. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you very, very much. Hi.
Hello. So if you were to meet Ash, in real life, what would you give him as a score of coolness 1 to 10, and what do you think he would give you?
Good question. Would I give him a coolness on 1 to 10? I'd give him a 10 on coolness. I mean, not everybody can wear a mullet and have it be sexy. It's really true. It's really true. So I'd give him a 10, what would Ash think of me? Great question. I think he'd give me a 6. He'd be like, I like this guy. I don't know if I get him. He wears nail polish. I don't know. But then by the end of the day, he'd give me a 10. We'd be chilling, you know what I mean? He'd have some drinks. Might smoke one. You know what I mean? There it is. Cheers. Hi.
I've kind of been a fan of Ash since season 2. I thought he was an underrated character, but I think that Ash was the original Man of Letter before they even knew what Man of Letters was, because he was always the information guy. He was the go-to guy for when Sam and Dean needed something tracked down. So I was just wondering if that was actually true before Men in Letters came into the...
I'm gonna apologize. I can't understand what you're saying. I'm so sorry. Go ahead for a second if you don't mind. Yes, thank you. So what?
So, I consider Ash as being like the original Men in Letter before Men in Letters came into the series.
Sure.
So if that's actually true, do you think Ash would have been more a standout character? Would he have been able to stay around more as the go-to guy for Sam and Dean during their hunts?
I appreciate your question. Thank you. And I was able to hear you. Thank you so much. Yes, great question, because in the beginning they were going to make us series regulars. I remember this because they told us. And like me, Alona, Sam, Ferris, who's one of my favorite people in the whole world. And I remember going on to the set lot one day and seeing them make Ash's lair. We were going to actually get to see what was happening inside, which, you know, we'll never know. But yeah, like they were building it. And then, yes, so I think they were thinking about doing that. And in retrospect, that would have been very cool, right? But then, like I said earlier in the panel, I think the Roadhouse didn't work at the time quite like they wanted it to. And of course, now you can't imagine the Roadhouse not being there. But at the time, Supernatural was season 2, you know. Before that, it was just a cool season 1 that people kind of knew about. And it wasn't what it became today. I mean, this is a global phenomenon now, right? So of course, they killed me. Let's just kill Dr. Badass. And yeah, that was a tough one, because I didn't know. I wasn't told properly. And later, you know, I was apologized for that moment, because that sucks, you know what I mean? And then, you know, if you follow me on Twitter, I make a lot of noise. Yeah, I appreciate that. You know, and around season 5, I made noise, and because of that, they had me back on the show for what you saw in season 5. And that episode is just because of you guys. That's because of the Supernatural family saying, oh, we want them back. And this was before everybody was trying to get themselves back on the show. You know what I mean? I got on Twitter way back in the day. Yeah, man, and I'm always out there just like, with Twitter, totally, right? So they got word, and they said, well, we gotta have him back. And so the Dark Side of the Moon episode was because of Twitter. And you guys, and me being ornery. And then the show took off, right? Into the stratosphere. And awesome, very cool. And it would have been nice to have been brought back later on. I think fans were hoping for that. I think we should have found a moment for the mullet. I do. A little bit of old school spice in there, you know? Yeah. So thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Hi, how are ya?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Good.
So I was browsing on Tumblr one day, and I came across a post, so I was hoping you can clarify it for us.
Sure.
So they said that, like, during the pandemic, you kind of started your own whittling company.
My own what?
Whittling company.
What's that?
Clearly that's not true, but it's like where you, like, take wood and you make, like, little figurines out of it and stuff like that. And you called it Woods R Us. But they got a little deeper and deeper into that.
Yeah.
And there was something about tax evasion. I was wondering if you could clarify that for us.
Tax evasion. In little figurines?
Little wooden figurines of all things.
All right. This is what I'm gonna say. I feel like you're a spy. I feel like maybe somebody put you up to this. I feel like maybe this somebody, and correct me if I'm wrong, is Kim Rhodes. Okay, you don't know who she is. Fine. Fine by me. I'll play. I know not of what you speak of. If this is a serious question, is it?
Maybe.
Maybe. Thankfully, I've never had to deal with tax evasion. Do your taxes, please. They're not messing around. I'm not in the figurine making business. But if I was, you bet I'd be paying the tax. All right, thank you. It's good stuff. I always love a good supernatural panel. You guys throw anything at me. It's great. Hi.
Hi. I was just wondering, I know you like to go ghost hunting and go to haunted locations.
Sure.
And I was wondering, what's the scariest thing that's ever happened to you at one of those? And what's the scariest place you've been or the scariest experience you've had?
Great question. You know, when somebody always asks me, a huge weight sort of comes into my body because it's these things are incredibly real, and I ask, I'm asked, what the most scariest thing or place that I've gone. Man. So those of you who don't know, on top of being an actor, my other sort of profession and my other passion in life is, I don't know what this is, but if you understand it, is paranormal investigating. Yeah, I've been doing it for a long while now. I've always been fascinated with life. I don't think any of this is normal. I don't think being human is normal. It's quite odd, right? Giant lizards flew around the sky millions of years ago. That's a fact! That's insane! Big giant dinosaurs, right? And then fast forward millions and millions and millions of years, and it's us. Weird as can be, right? Creatures just walking around like we know what's going on. We don't know anything. It's weird. So that's always tripping on my brain, okay? And then you add all the weird things that are going on in this world that we don't give credit to, right? You've got the ghosts, you've got weird creatures, aliens, Bigfoot, you name it. I mean, look, Supernatural was based off of some sort of reality. As funny as that is, right? It's true. You know, these myths, these legends, they come from somewhere. So, about 10 years... Do we need to answer that? I'm giving you a hard time. About 10 years... Oh, gosh, I don't even remember. It was a while back. I've always been fascinated with the ghost shows. Loved all the ghost shows. Years ago, I started watching Ghost Adventures. And this was, I think, their season 5, I want to say. I reached out to Zach on Twitter one night, years ago, and said, I'm a huge fan, I love your show, but I'm also, I love this, I want to be a part of this. They had me on their show. It's an episode called Return to Linda Vista Hospital, and they put me into some pretty gnarly situations. Anyway, from that night on, kind of changed my whole life. I got scratched that night, and I didn't feel it until a couple days later, and whatever scratched me had a weird little effed up claw because 2 scratches went sideways, and then 1 went like this, and 3 marks, right? And it was insane. It was like thin hypodermic little scratches on my neck, and it was like a burning sensation. So from that point, I kind of considered that a gift in a lot of ways. Some people would be like, oh, that's evil. Well, nah, maybe not. Maybe something penetrated my skin that I was not able to see, right? So it changed everything. From there, I started getting invited to all these cool places to investigate, meeting everybody in the field. I had my own show. Nick Groff from the Ghost Adventures had produced a show called Ghost Stalkers. Who here has seen it out of curiosity? Okay, not many of you, and that's okay. It was a show on Destination America. They put me in these really haunted locations by myself overnight, while my partner, John Tenney, would be in the RV. He's been doing this for 30 years. I've been doing it for like 10 or 8 years, whatever. Anyway, they put us in these really haunted locations overnight. If you want a good laugh later, check it out. ghost stalkers. I am in these haunted locations by myself with a couple of cameras and a flashlight. I was terrified. Lots of screaming, okay? Lots of tripping out. So if that's your thing, I'm telling you. But that changed everything for me. And then now, and we haven't yet because of COVID, but eventually I do a lot of ghost hunts. I take people out on, ghost hunts or investigations, yeah. And I facilitate conversations between the living and the dead. All right, so there's a little backstory to your question. What's the most scariest thing that's ever happened to me? Oh man, there are so many things. I've been scratched, I've been punched, I've been pushed. Oh man, I've been poked. What's a good one to start with? Okay, all right. All right, so the silence in the room. Yeah, that's why we're here, the real supernatural. So this is something that you can see on Ghost Stalkers. There's a lot of things that have happened, but I'm picking this one because it's a good one. It's fun. This is all on tape, by the way. I had been in this place. It was in Baltimore. I forget the name of it. Insane Asylum. I had been in there all night, crawling through tunnels and just doing insane stuff. It's like 3 in the morning. I got my camera, and I'm in this women's sort of like locker room, dormitory sort of thing. And I come around, this is all on tape, you can see it. I come around the corner, and then I hear this, and it was this woman laughing in my face. But she wasn't there, I couldn't see her, but it was a disembodied voice, which is how I'm talking now. You would hear it just as we're speaking to each other now. Not through a device, actually, so I felt her. She was probably a couple feet in front of me. It knocked the wind out of me. I leapt about 10 feet back, got myself together, but it knocked me flat. When something is right in front of you or talks to you, your body goes into shock. I don't care how cool you think you are, how badass you think you are, how big you are, this will knock you on your ass. And that's the cool thing about it. So, after I regained myself, okay, that's insane, got my cameras, I get the courage to go up to the other floor, and at this point, I am rattled, and I have my camera like this, and then I'm like, is there anybody up here? Say hi, and then I hear the cliche, and it sounded like an old man patient, and he moaned. And it was another disembodied voice. And in that moment, this is on camera, I encourage you to look at it because it's astounding. I flipped the camera around on myself, and I was like, frozen in fear. And I remember looking at myself in the camera, and I'm like, you're insane! What are you doing? And I was lockjawed, I couldn't move. And the first thing that I said was, thank you. I thanked them, right? And then about 10 minutes later, I was like, all right, I'm done for the night. In the show, which was super cool, in the shadows, after I leave the room, you see something in the corner hop up and scurry out of the room after me. Yes! Good stuff! Good stuff! The scariest place, there are 2 that I have ever been in my life. One was called Whispers Estate, and this place I just told you about was pretty scary. They're all jacked up. But the most profound places are Whispers Estate in Mitchell, Indiana. It was also shot on Ghost Stalkers. Another place is called Old South Pittsburgh Hospital. It's a rundown hospital in Tennessee. I've had some of my most profound experiences there. I have a tattoo on my left shoulder to signify that place, to remind myself to always be positive. If you want, and I probably will post it again because it's Halloween time, if you want to see one of the most compelling photos ever, it's on my Instagram, I'll repost it later, was at this place. And in the photo, you're gonna see me standing, doing my thing. It was called a chapel. And then beneath the window is this massive, massive creature. And it's sitting on itself, right? And it's got this it's like this body, this big black body that goes into the wall. And it's sitting on its legs. And then the chest, it's like a Skeletor chest, right? It's just like bones. And then its arms are like kind of like these huge arms with these crinkly hands. And then its face looks like a cow head. And it's got this big black mane, right? Now, if that's not weird enough, what really gets me in this photo is how engaged, how it's leaning forward. You know when someone's talking to you and you lean forward, maybe you can't hear it, you cock your head. That's what this thing was doing, and it was massive. Did I see it when it was happening? No. We knew something really, really crazy was there. I'll post the photo. It's a good one. Anyway, I could go on and on. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Hi.
Okay. Is it true that you used a hot air balloon to escape tax evasion for your whittling job? And what color was the balloon? And also, what did the design on the balloon mean to you?
Rhodes is up to this. I know it. Listen, as I said to the last person, I pay my taxes. I will not evade this tax. What was on the balloon? Love. Just love. Love. Love and hugs. Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah. Was that all the...
What did it mean to you?
I'm sorry, what?
What did it mean to you?
What does it mean to me? I can't tell you. I can't. Because then it wouldn't mean anything. I've got to hold it here for the next person that's going to come and ask me about the tax evasion. I know it's happening, and I know who put you up to this. Is that? Okay. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, Chad.
Hi.
I was just kind of curious where your unicorn robe was.
Oh, I appreciate you asking. So, it's not a true unicorn robe, it just has the colors of a unicorn. And then Jared tweeted, and he's like, give it back. And I said, dude, we can fit in this together, right? So truth be told, mine doesn't have any horns. However, I saved it for the karaoke. Yeah. I considered coming out with it, but then it's like, the gig's up. You know what I mean? Karaoke. Definitely, and thank you. That's gonna become synonymous with who I am. Yeah. What's that?
You tweeted that you told me, I'm wearing my robe through the entire weekend. It won't come off. Watch me.
I tweeted that?
Yes, today.
When did I tweet this? Last night?
No, this was a couple days ago.
Okay.
When you tweeted that you wearing it.
Yeah, it's in my bag. So it will be worn. I brought it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, thank you. Because I love that thing. It's cozy. Don't tell Jared anything. Hi.
Hi. How was it landing the hot air balloon in Nova Scotia with COVID protocols?
Let me tell you, a nightmare. Gosh, it was a nightmare because of where we're at. You know, I am dealing with a lot right now. Tax evasion, man. Miniature figurines that are made from something, blood?
Blood.
Oh my God. And now this? And now this? And hair everywhere? I don't know. Let me tell you. You know how I know this is a lie? Because you would not catch me in a hot air balloon. At this point in my life, I'm not doing it. I'm not. I fly a lot. And yesterday, let me tell you, the plane was like boop, 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 jerking and doing this. And you ever like get up in a plane and look out the window and be like, this is not natural? We're in the air. This is not right. I have to like not think about it. Good. It's like, this is, what are we doing? What are we doing? So on that note, I will never step into this hot air balloon. You tell this Kim Rhodes. I will not. And thank you. Thank you. Hi.
So, you may have heard me ask this question of Jake Gable. When you fly out of DIA, you pass a statue of a blue stallion who's been nicknamed Lucifer.
The horse from the airport?
Yep.
Yes.
What's your opinion of him?
What's my opinion on that? Good question. So, if I'm understanding correctly, the person who made it or put it together, while they were doing so, correct me if I'm wrong, the horse actually fell on this person and killed them, right? I mean, that's crazy. And then, and now it sits there with like red eyes. Just like, you know, like just, yo, what's up? Welcome to Denver. We got you here. I've thought about this. I've thought about it because it's very strange and everything is connected in some weird thing. And I don't know why that gentleman had to die from his own creation. Is there anything to that? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with where they were. Maybe that was some sort of sacred land years and years and years ago. I don't know, right? But then here we are talking about it. You know? And that thing, it's daunting. It's like, and the red eyes. So what's their intention with it? Right? What do you think?
It's probably got some connection with Denver Broncos, but
Some connection with what?
the football team, Denver Broncos.
Oh, okay. Is that it? It may.
It might.
As you can probably tell, I don't follow sports at all. So I'm just, yeah. So it is, well, let's just go with it's kind of spooky. Yeah. Well, I think we can all agree. It's kind of spooky. We love looking at it. You know, we're kind of transfixed. Like, what's going on here? Interesting story. Yeah, I appreciate you bringing it up. Cheers. Yeah. Hi there.
Hi. What is it about stolen kangaroos that make them such great hot air balloon co-pilots?
Well, I'll tell you. If you want somebody by your side that's not gonna let you down as a kangaroo, I feel like they're gonna step up for you. They gotta, you know, do some kangaroo, you know, things. But I have been raising kangaroos for quite some time. And I've never known any of my kangas to get into a hot air balloon. I know who put you up to this. You tell this Kim Rhodes. Not today. Not on my watch. And let me tell you, I've had the privilege of being able to go to Australia and lie next to a kangaroo and take a selfie. If that's not cool. I mean, they're cool. You don't want to get close to them, right? Because I don't want to get, you know, punched or anything. I don't want to get attacked by a kangaroo. It might make good internet, you know, content, but Chad Lindberg gets attacked by a kangaroo. Could happen. Anyway, thanks. Thanks. You guys are awesome. Hi, Kim. Yes, hi.
Hello. So in your professional opinion, is a hot dog a sandwich?
No. No, it's not.
What is it?
It's a hot dog in a bun. It's a wonderful, just neat thing in two buns
Could it be a taco?
No. It cannot be a taco. It cannot be a taco. It's not a sandwich. You know, it's a hot dog. I see what you guys are doing to me today. It's a hot dog. It's not a taco. A taco's a taco. I'm sticking with it, man. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. It's like I'm discovering who I am up here with you guys. It's just like, what do you got?
So, when you were running from the law for evading taxes in a hot air balloon in Nova Scotia with a stolen kangaroo as a co-pilot, is it true that they let you go because you said you were the Chad?
That is a true story. That is a true story. Yes, I was in Nova Scotia. I was running like Jason Bourne, you know what I mean? I was kind of just hiding with my kangaroo. We did get away. We evaded taxes. The kangaroo evaded taxes. What you speak of is true. Thank you. Thank you. Got me.
Hi, I have a follow-up question to the Denver landmark questions.
Yes.
Do you have any opinions on the Stanley Hotel in terms of what is it?
Great question. The Stanley is a very infamous, famous place here in Colorado. One that I actually have not been to yet, strangely enough. Yes. But a lot of my friends, a lot of my colleagues have done plenty of events up there. I think the Stanley kind of, they put sort of a, you know, maybe ease down on the paranormal because it was just getting to be too much. You know, you had actual people going up there who didn't want to look for ghosts. And then you've got, you know, people outside their room. Is there anybody here? Can anybody hear, you know, like that gets annoying, right? Not twice if you're, you know. Remember that time in what was it, Vegas?
Yeah.
You were performing late night, and you didn't know, and I had come into the room in the back, and all your equipment goes, and you were like, Chad Lindberg just arrived, but you didn't know. I don't know, I just thought of it.
Right, yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Yes.
I also remember the time that in Vegas when you brought your thing and you're like, because I was like, what does it tell you? And you're like, yeah, there are ghosts in here right now. Like, evil spirits, you know, are you there? And they're like, and it's like, Chad, we need you on stage. and you left, and I was in there alone.
Yes, I brought my little device and I was playing some real stuff.
Yeah, I was like, Chad, we need you on stage. Okay.
And then we had
and I was like,
oh, right on. Thank you guys so much.
Chad Lindberg, everybody.